Disclaimer first, I am not an expert. I'm just a lover of this ancient script. What am I talking about? In this video, I'll be sharing with you how I write the basic Baybayin plus some general info about it. I say basic because a lot of modernization or expansion happened to Baybayin already. People now have different ways of writing it, but since I am not an expert, as mentioned, let's settle with its old form. Not really the native way, but just the basic. Learning it is actually easy. I learned this by practicing and memorizing it for half a day only. But the challenge is retaining the new information in your head. So, an advanced step is to continue practicing it and using it as often as you can so you won't forget. Let's get started. Baybayin is the ancient way of writing in the Philippines, first recorded in the 16th century. It is often mistakenly called alibata. Let's stop this because it is a misnomer. Alibata really refers to the Arabic alphabet under the Abjad family, while Baybayin is under the Brahmic family, which means they are two entirely different ways of writing. Like how we write today and like the other scripts under the Brahmic family, writing Baybayin is writing from left to right. Baybayin came from the root word baybay, a Filipino word which means spell, because that is how we will do it. Basically, we write words by how we pronounce it. Of course, Baybayin, or at least its old form, is meant for the Filipino language only. There are 4 basic strokes to master when writing the Baybayin. First is like an inverted S, which you'll find in the characters la, ka, and ha. Second is the wave, which is present in e, la, and na. Third is like the number 3, which you'll see in ga, la, sa, and nga. And finally is a U-shaped stroke, which you'll see in a, ya, pa, ma, sa, and wa. More to these later. The modern Filipino alphabet is made up of 28 letters, but the early Baybayin is made up of 17 characters only, 3 characters for the vowel sounds and 14 characters for the consonants. A is like a maarteng V with the stroke on the left. E and E is like a wave on top of another wave. O or U is one of the basic strokes and looks like the number 3. The consonants are actually a syllable in itself and not just a letter. Each character automatically has an A sound to it. Ba is my favorite character because it looks like an inverted heart or an inverted peach emoji. Ka looks like a lying letter H or a flag, doesn't it? Da or Ra is like a connected ka. Da and Ra are represented by one symbol because in Filipino language, they sometimes are interchangeable, like the words madami and marami, or dito and rito. Ga is like merging the number 3 in the letter N. Ha is the simplest to remember because it's just a basic stroke. This is the inverted S. La looks like a letter T with a wavy vertical stroke similar to number 3. Ma is like a maarteng V with horizontal stroke in the middle. Na is like a cave with thunder in the middle. Nga is like an inverted Y with wavy tail. Pa is similar to A, only with its stroke to the left side. Together, they look like this. Pa-a. Sa is like V plus 3. Ta somehow looks like an inverted T to me. Wa is like a wide U with top strokes going the same direction. While Ya is like the maarteng V stroke with each top strokes going to opposite directions. So this is how you write talaga, gala, para, baka, and babae. How do we change the ba to be or bi to bo or bu? Simple. We just add a kudlit or stroke. Others add a dot. Both are acceptable. Add a kudlit above to change to e or e. and a kudlit below to change to O or U. It's the same with all the other letters. So, from dama, add some strokes and this will be dumi. From langa, add a stroke and it will be linga. And from laga, add some strokes and it becomes ligo. What if I'm gonna write halaman? If I write this as how I pronounce it, it will be halamana. But if I put a little cross below, the na loses its vowel sound and remains an N. So this now sounds halaman. It used to be more difficult reading Baybayin scripts before because this little cross was not part of the native Baybayin. So life is easier for us now. Another example, maligayang, add a cross to the NG. Pasko, add a cross to S. We add this symbol for a short pause, or this one line acts as a comma, or double line for long pause, which also acts as period, exclamation point, or a question mark. I mentioned earlier that there are now expanded versions of Baybayin. Right now, there are also symbols for the following sounds. So if you study this, I guess you can also translate English words now. But for me, I'd like to stick with the old one. So that's it. Now you can just practice writing the Baybayin over and over again. Good luck and enjoy!